All right, what's your name?
My name is Tyrone Francis Jr. I'm a third-class midshipman at the United States Naval Academy, and I'm from Newport, Rhode Island.
Okay, and where are we standing right now?
Right now, we're standing on the forecastle of a yard patrol boat. Yard patrol boats are patrol craft. They're about 121 foot in length, 219 tons. The purpose of the yard patrol craft is for a midshipman to get a practical application of what they'll do, like in the fleet, and just get hands-on experience with leadership, working the helm, directing their peers, and just getting that life at sea under their belt.
Nice. How's it feel to be on one of these boats?
It feels pretty good. You know, out at sea, we're going pretty slow just because we're practicing and, you know, making calls to other ships and really trying to learn. But so in like higher sea states, you know, you get a little seasick. But right now, it feels good. Not too much of a bounce.
Yeah, we're standing right here on the bow, and we can even feel right now that motion.
Yeah, the little motion. You're like,
we're right in New York Harbor, right?
Yes. Beautiful city skyline right there.
Yep. Okay. So,
so is this where you get your sea legs from? Is that what they? Is that what
I felt like it. I was walking around earlier in New York City. I was like, whoa, whoa.
Nice.
A little bit. I was like, trust me, I've not been drinking. It's just me off the YP. So. All right, so yeah.
That's good stuff. So. Okay, so we're here for Fleet Week New York, and in the background we have USS Baatan.
Yeah. A much bigger ship.
Exactly. So, how long did it take you to get here from Annapolis? Right, you're coming from Annapolis, Maryland.
So we shoved off on Tuesday, and it took us about, Monday. It took us about 36 hours to get here. We're going around 6 to 9 knots. On our way here with the yard patrol craft, they're not fully like up to date and running to the best. So at some points we'll have to deal with issues. Like our starboard engine was overheating, so we turned it down and reduce our speed and maintain proper steering with our rudder. A lot of things like AC might go out, and a lot of times we just have to make those calls and make decisions to help better like the situation for our people on the ship.
Well, so now describe the mission of the Yard Patrol Boat Program. Like, what are you supposed to be really learning here?
So here it's just, like I said earlier, practical application to practice what we're going to do in the fleet. Here at helm, con, lee helm, OOD, JOD, all positions of leadership where you're interacting hands-on with peers, and in a stressful situation, you can't make those decisions like over a multiple hour period. It's got to be split on the second. For example, we had a situation, or multiple situations out in the open ocean when you're coming head on with a big cargo ship, multiple thousand tons, and you're like, look, which way are we turning? Are we going to communicate with them? Are we going to sound the danger signals? What are we going to do? And you have to learn and get that experience to be able to make those decisions and make the right choice at the end of the day.
And were you personally put on the hot seat with that, or you just?
I was on the helm. I was on the helm. So as a third class, I'm kind of in the follower, junior leadership position where I'm trying to like have that peer leadership and peer accountability. A lot of the upper class, first class, second class, they're the ones calling the shots, and we can give recommendations here and there based off what we see.
So was that like? When that whole thing went down, were you like calm as cool as a cucumber, or were you like feeling stressed, or how'd that really feel?
You know, you do feel a little stressed because everyone, you know, sometimes there's a lot of chiefs trying to make decisions and stuff, but it's good to learn followership because you have to give someone else the opportunity to lead and trust their decision. And once you learn to have that trust and follow what other people are doing as well, it becomes easier for you to lead in the future and understand where others are coming from.
Well, now you're talking a lot about great leadership. Is this something you've always been good at, or what like, do you come to this from like being awesome, or
No,
tell me about your background. How'd you get to here?
Both my parents were enlisted Marines. My mom served for 4 years. My dad was in for 24 years before he retired. I was born in Oceanside, California on Camp Pendleton, so I guess you could say I was kind of born into it. I want to go in the Marine Corps in the future, but I'm nowhere near a perfect leader. I don't think really anyone is. We're always learning. We're always trying to gain new experiences and develop ourselves into better people, mentally, morally, and physically. So the more we can practice it, the better leaders will become, but we'll never be perfect. You know, everyone has their own style, and I'm always learning myself, but I'm nowhere near perfect.
Well, you hang right in there. What was the most fun thing about being on a YP? Like, tell me, like, when you think about the possibility of being aboard a boat, and then the reality of it, what did you think was going to be the most fun, and then what was the most fun?
Let's see. Just being on the open ocean, I've always lived near the water, but I've never really been in the open ocean itself. So just being able to go out and experience like not being able to see land, that was something I was looking forward to. But in all honesty, the best experiences so far, I've been down in the galley, like cooking food and just talking with my shipmates, learning about their experiences and who they are. Because in stressful situations and times that are tough, or maybe, you know, everyone's getting seasick, it's really just leaning in on them and seeing who they are in the toughest of moments and getting that connection, getting those strong bonds. So honestly, that's been the best.
How's the food here? Tell me about the food.
Food here it's actually pretty good. You know, you have Mid-Shipman cooking it. You wouldn't think that it'd be too good, but first night we had lasagna. Next morning we had Jimmy Dean breakfast sandwiches, some French toast sticks, eggs. You know, it's pretty good.
Does everybody get a chance to cook and like clean up too, or how's that work out?
So everyone gets the opportunity to cook. I'll be cooking the second morning on our way back, so just before we get to the academy. I'm probably gonna make some breakfast chicken and eggs or something. A lot of things are pre-cooked, so what we'll do is like throw it in the oven. Here and there we'll make some veggies, and we really coordinate meal schedules with all the other YPs. So there's 4 of us total. We'll make the call, say, all right, what are we doing for breakfast this morning? We look in there, we have some French toast sticks, maybe some eggs. We're like, all right, let's throw that together.
So you all like
we all work
cross
together
deck
and
and scoot over and be like, hey, we're eating with Francis this morning.
Yes, we all coordinate together and make that decision with one of like the leaders on the ship.
Now, I got the chance to come with you guys in one like a couple fleet weeks ago. Do you always travel as a squadron of 4, or do you ever like go out in small groups? How's that shake out?
So usually we'll travel a squadron of 4 YPs based on my experience. This is my first one, so I guess, you know, I'm junior to this and everything. I'm learning as I go. Most of the time we'll travel in formation just on the open water, one after another, about 500 yards apart. When we get into tricky situations, we'll act independently. That way there's a little more leeway, and certain YPs can make certain decisions that are best for them. When we were pulling into the parade of ships coming into New York, we were in a diamond formation, and that really tested our skills. We had each ship off our port, stern, and starboard stern, and one straight off our stern in the back, aft, about 100 yards to the left and right, and 300 behind us. So there's only about 282 yards in between the port and starboard ships, and you have all these, like you see right here, the Bataan, and these larger ships causing wake. And, you know, it's a little stressful. You're pulling into New York, and it's your first time driving a boat. So, you know, we're calling the shots, but under that stress, we learn a lot. So
that's super cool.
Good.
So you mentioned we came into New York here. What are you looking forward to here in part of Fleet Week? What, you think you'll get ashore? Are you going to be aboard the boat the whole time? Or what's going to happen here?
So Fleet Week here, we're really showing face and learning about the community in New York City. It's always about the people. The military is a people business. So if we can show and build relations, maybe learn a little bit about the New York City culture, talk to the people, and really see like what our purpose is in the military, and refining like who we are as individuals and our purpose of defending this nation and the beautiful rights and freedoms that everyone has. For me personally, I got to go to the Federal Reserve Bank in New York City, see like $360 billion of gold standing right in front of me, and I was like, wow, this is pretty cool stuff. But everyone gets to go and do different things. I had a friend that went to the New York Yankee Stadium. A couple of people went on like a Fleet Week run. So it's just interacting with other people in the fleet, like you see here again, the Bataan, learning about their life, learning about people, like civilian life, stuff like that. Just getting those interactions and building yourself personally.
Have you got any specific plans for what you're going to do here in New York?
Tonight, probably going to go out to dinner with some of my shipmates. Last night, a couple of my buddies and I, we went pizza hopping. So we went to, what was it, like Ray's Pizza, Joe's Pizza, 99-cent pizza, a couple different places. We got a slice from each and kind of test it.
And I have to ask, you always go out in your whites, right?
Yeah.
So describe to me how hard it is to eat pizza in whites. Like, is it possible?
It's possible. It's challenging. Something that I definitely learned throughout the year. Beginning of the year when I first started, like plebe summer and everything, I would spill sauce all over me and everything, and I was like,
but you're an old hand now. You're like, this is easy.
A little more experienced. I wouldn't say it's easy. You know, you get the plate, you get the pizza, and you're kind of balancing it, leaning over it. You got people looking at you, you're like, oh, what are they doing? They're eating kind of funny, but you know, I'm just trying to keep them clean.
Yeah.
It's a challenge, but it's doable.
You're 10 seconds in and you're done.
Oh yeah, you get a little splash, red sauce on you. You got to go back to it.
So is there a secret method to getting the sauce off? What's it like you know, you don't really have like great like dry cleaning on the ship.
No, there is really. Yeah, you're right. There's no dry cleaning or like washing machines on the ship, so you really got to be careful. A lot of us will keep Tide sticks or like the Clorox wipes on us. I don't have one on me right now. fatal flaw, bad mistake. I think it's in my suitcase. Learning moment. It's in my backpack. I should probably take it out before I go to dinner tonight. Get an Italian, so that red sauce is gonna splatter. But yeah, usually it's just a Tide stick. And if it gets on, if you get it right away, it'll fade out to where it's really hard to see. But if you don't have anything, kind of out of luck, so you got to go back and
spread.
Yeah, we usually have an extra pair. So, but if you run out of both, you got to stay on the boat. You can't go out there with a red splotch on your uniform. That's a bad look. So,
Love it. Is there anything else you'd like to add about what we talked about, or where you know what else is on your mind?
I was just really right now. I'm just really appreciating the opportunity that I have to go out and learn. The Naval Academy and the Navy and the military in itself is an awesome opportunity for individuals and young people like myself to learn and just build relations with other people and better ourselves as leaders so we can help other people become the best they can be as well, and just really defend the nation. So I'm just really appreciative of this opportunity to come to New York and get these trainings and just learn as much as I can to better myself and others.
As you're thinking about other young adults who are sort of a couple or 5 or 10 years behind you, what would you say would be a good way for them to prepare for, like, if they're thinking maybe, you know, what do they really have to do and think about as young adults to make their way to the academy, whether it be Navy or Army or Air Force or Marine? Like what would you recommend for young adults as they think about this?
Number one thing I would say is to be yourself. You know, be yourself, be genuine, and be a people person. You don't necessarily have to be an extrovert, but it's cool every now and then, you know, to get out and communicate with people, learn little things about them, participate in your community. You know, service goes a long way. We get so much in this country, freedoms and rights and just opportunities to do whatever we would like to do. It's a great thing to just, you know, go to the beach, pick up after the trash, you know, just go out and serve in your community. Another thing is ensuring that other people's voices are heard. So, you know, go to like a local church or a volunteer center, a homeless shelter, and listen to things that they want to see that's changed. You know, sometimes you know, you can go out to the community, you hear different things, and one thing that I did in school was, in student council, I would go around in different classrooms, kind of communicate with my classmates, like, what are some things you want to see changed in the school? What are some things that you like? What are some things that we could do better? And if I saw things, I would push it up to the school board. Sometimes I would write petitions and different things, and we'd get those things changed. So a lot of things that you could do as a young adult or individual is, one, participate in sports, try to be a team captain. You don't have to be in a leadership position to be a leader though, so just always voice out to the community and just serve, you know, give back to the community. That's the biggest thing. Be genuine, be you.
That's great.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you for
Welcome
your support.
to New York.
Thank you. Thank you.